DJ, I got an idea. It's
All right. What's your idea, Ezekiel?
so it's just the start of the idea, like always. But I'm gonna need your help to build it out, to make it deeper, make it more intriguing, because this is a very intriguing idea.
That's what I'm here for.
Okay, this world's gonna be a little different. It really starts out from us. We're walking through the woods. Just this, I'm just all we're doing is putting ourselves in the right mindset. We're walking through the woods, dark woods, scary woods. The trees stretch overhead. The
Woods, dark woods,
dark,
scary woods,
yep,
with owls hooting in the distance.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, the tree,
Clouds
it's
in the
so
sky,
dark. Everything's just,
flocking the stars,
mm-hmm.
full moon. No, no moon.
No, it could be a full moon, just like peeking behind the clouds and stuff as you walk through the woods. But we come
Well,
upon,
that'll give you more light.
yeah, and then that's kind of what we need for this next part. You come out into a big clearing, and in the middle of this clearing is this old, ancient wooden mansion. I mean, there's stone up
So, is
besides it.
that bear traps?
No, not quite what I was going for, but we could totally go there. Um,
Okay,
actually,
can you?
that might be fun. That actually might be even a more fun idea. We could totally add the most competent man in the world to this. But I'll finish up the idea and then we can explore those avenues. We walk into the mansion. You turn the door handle, it opens. You walk inside the mansion, the door closes behind you. But as you turn around to get out of the house, you grab the door handle to leave the mansion. You're like, whoa, the door just closed behind me. And you open back the front door and you step into another room.
And it's no longer the front door?
It's no longer the front door. You're no longer outside. And so I'm thinking
Trippy.
of a labyrinth
It's a
mansion,
house.
a haunted-esque house.
It's a haunted labyrinth mansion.
Yes,
It's a magic house.
magic house. We
It's
can.
alive and moving.
Oh yeah. So and it's alive. Like so, you walk through the door to go back outside. It's another room. You're in like just a random room. You turn around, you walk back through the door you just came through, different room. And you're going back and forth from just through this door. If the door remains open, the rooms don't change. If the door is closed and then reopened, the room always changes. Are we good with that logic? Okay.
Oh,
Okay. So what we need
yes.
to do, DJ, is we're gonna build a labyrinth. We're gonna come up with why it's a labyrinth. We're gonna make where the magic originates from. These are all just questions in my head that we are going to explore and fulfill, and I desperately need your help for that. So let's.
Hey,
What happens? Oh, if there.
okay, I
What
got
you got?
something.
Give me what you got.
You walk in, we walk in, you walk in, whoever walks in, and it's this big lobby almost. And it has like 3 floors, we'll say. And there's a staircase in the middle, and each floor has a balcony to the staircase. So the ceiling is 3 floors high, and each floor has a balcony to the staircase. So you can see all 3 floors.
Okay.
But each floor just has doors
Okay.
covering all the walls, spaced out,
Mm-hmm.
normal door spacing,
Kind of like a hotel.
whatever. So, yes. So you walk in, and it's just 3 floors of doors basically. And then the door closes behind you. You turn around, you open it, and it's just a room. And you see that the wall you came in on is just another wall covered in doors. And the
Oh
room is
no.
square and perfectly symmetrical in every way, so that there's no way to tell which way is which way.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah,
And so as you go, so like you're
exactly.
in this perfectly square room. The walls all like 360 degrees, including the door you just walked through. They're all doors. You walk up to another door, you open it. Does it go into like another square room, just like the room you were in? And so then it's like you don't know which way's which on that room too. Or you mean like, or does it go into like a hallway type room? Or, oh,
And all the doors lead to different rooms,
mm,
but the lobby is like this gateway room that leads to all these different rooms that you have no idea which room is which room. And when you open a door and close it again and open it again, it's a different room from what it was the first time you opened it. So it's just to add to the confusion and the sense of mysteriousness and illusion of the whole thing.
I like
Because
that.
if you stand in the middle of the room and you spin around and then you stop spinning, you'd have no way of knowing where you started spinning and where. You'd
Where you
have no way of
stopped.
knowing where you started compared to where you stopped.
Okay. I have another idea to add to all of everything. What if
All right, at it.
you are exploring this mansion? It's not really exploring. It's more like panic trying to escape. Like you're running through rooms after room after room after room, just opening doors, closing them, then running like just you're trying everything to figure out how this mansion works. What if as you're running through this room, you come upon a room and in the middle of the room there is a single bear trap?
And it's just like a plain white room.
It's a, it,
Nothing significant about it at all.
well, I was gonna say there's doors everywhere. It's
Just
just
the
like
name is always a bear trap.
I mean,
Well,
the,
I mean, every room has doors
every room
everywhere.
has doors, but it's like a plain white room. This room's like ornate and decorative and stuff, and plain white door. And you see a bear trap right in front of you. And let's say, and I almost want to come up with some characters, but we can come up with those later. Coming out of one of the rooms is the most competent man in the world.
Is the butler. Oh, okay.
It could be the butler. Do you want it to be the butler? Do you have something to go? Do you want to go somewhere with that?
No, you just said you wanted characters, so I said a house like this definitely has a butler.
And I really want to get into it, guys. I think to make this world feel alive, populating it with like characters, which that I have another idea on that, but I want to hear what your idea is first. But I'll go back to the most competent man in the world. So the most competent man in the world, he comes out, and this is where I think characters. So let's say like let's go back to the beginning. I want to go back to the beginning, and then we're gonna fast travel to this point in this story. Let's come up with let's come up with like a couple, or what do you think, like a bunch of friends? This is part of the world building. Who are we thinking that gets lost in the woods that finds a mansion? You have people driving on a road that break down in their car on a dark and scary night under a cloudy full moon. There's no cell service.
Yes,
There's no cell service, and so they're
all of
like
those.
they just see
Flip twist.
plot twist. They see through the woods. They see this like light coming from the mansion, just perfectly like piercing and dodging all the trees right to them. One of the people say, "It's like I see something off in the distance. I think it's a house. Maybe they have a cell phone. Maybe we can call somebody to come help us out." What are we thinking?
Little do they know it's a house with an infinite amount of rooms.
They don't know that. They don't know any of that. That's gonna surprise them for sure.
And the rooms move. Oh man. They
All right.
don't know what they're in for.
I really think 4 people is going to be our magic number. So I
Four
need
people.
I need 4 people. I need you to make me 4 people. Shoot. Show me what you got.
Okay.
Introduce me. to the first person.
Let me do this. Let me throw this out there. See what you think of this.
Yeah, yeah.
Bump it up to 5. Have 3 of them be like college kids who are exploring the woods,
Okay.
and then 2 of them are a couple whose car broke down and they saw the lights and were like, "Hey, maybe we can use their phone." So then you have these 2 groups that are strangers to each other, but they come together and they're trying to figure this out together.
I like it. So the college
What do you
kids,
think
are
of
they
that?
like camping? Are they like camping in the woods?
Sure.
We gotta bring. I need so like because you said that they're
I was
they're in the
thinking they're
woods.
just like exploring the woods, doing some college shenanigans, whatever
Like what
that looks
drug?
like.
Like what are we? What's college shenanigans?
I don't know, make it vague. It's not important to the world we're building right now.
All right, so everyone can fill in the gaps. They were planning on overthrowing the world government. That's what they were
I
doing.
mean, that happens.
Just randomly by these 3 college students that were in the woods. All right, how about they were there's a college town nearby, and there was a rumor of an old ancient mansion, and old man Simmons had a fortune in this ancient mansion, but he died, and they believe he died, and he died on his pile of money and gold and rubies and diamonds. And these college students are all broke because they're in college and they don't have any money. They're like, hey, guys, I have an idea. Let's go find this mansion because it probably has all of old man Simmons' money in it. And they're all like, you know what? I'm tired of eating ramen. Let's go do it. And so they're exploring the woods when, as they're exploring, a car like breaks down and they just happen to like run into each other for no particular reason.
For a very magical reason
Mary
that
Magdalene.
they don't know yet.
Or how about this? The couple. How about there's a couple? They
It
break down their
adds to the
car.
mystery.
The college students are exploring the woods and they're just driving around and they see the couple's broke down car, so they stop to help. They're nice people. We're gonna say they have good intentions other than they're broke. And so they ask the couple how they're doing, and they said, "Man, I gotta." Oh wait, this doesn't make any sense because then the couple could just get in the college student's car. The college students are really trashy and they don't have any room in their car. Boom, fix that problem.
You're spending way too much
Way too much time.
time.
Way too much time.
Yes.
All right, lead me, DJ. Take it away.
Okay, so the 5 of them come together, doesn't really matter how, and they're all just
They're
like,
in.
"Hey, let's go into this house because it's really big and it looks abandoned, and if it's not abandoned, we can ask these people for help." So they knock on the door, but nobody comes to the door. So they're like, "Should we just walk in?" And they're like, "I guess we should just walk in." And so they walk in and they go, "Hello, hello." And then the door closes. Wait, no. So they walk in and they're all gawking at the room because it's such a beautiful room. And they're all like spinning around
How it's all junky on the outside and it's all
because
really super nice on the inside. The
exactly. And they weren't
mansion.
expecting that. And it's all clean. And it's like there's all sorts of cool, intricate, whatever,
And
but
there's
it's
a
all the same. Like it's all symmetrical. And so they're spinning around, gawking at it. And then they realize the door closed,
oh, dude.
but they don't know which door it was.
It was the front door. But then we want to establish that when you open a door, it changes rooms.
Right.
Like I
So
need them
then
to
they
figure
go
that
to
out
the
like
door
me.
they think it was,
Can I add something?
and they open it, and it's not the right room,
It's not the right room.
and it's not the
I
door.
want to add
It's
something crazy.
doors.
They walk into they're gawking at all like so everything's so pristine. The outside of the mansion's junky, inside super nice. There's a maid. She's mopping the floor. And she looks up and goes, "Visitors." Well, the door closes behind them. She goes, "Not anymore. Well, we needed some more help around here anyway." And then she walks off and like opens the door and then closes behind there. Or it's like or do we want like this maid to be like,
And then
"You so enter, never return. You will be forever in the mansion to help us clean and maintain your mansion." What?
to be very vague
Too much? Too much?
in
Yeah.
her words, she just says something like, "Oh, more help. That'll be nice." Oh, they're like, "More help? What does that mean?"
More help.
And then she goes to one of the doors and they see it's like a maid closet or something with a bunch of cleaning supplies.
Yeah.
And then she closes the door.
Oh yeah.
And they run to it and they open it and it's a different room
Different room.
that she's not
Yeah.
in.
And then like they run back to the
And
front
they're
door.
like,
They open it. It's
"What?"
different. It's like it's all sinking in on them at the same time. I do want to add one line of dialogue to the maid to keep it vague. I do want to go. It's like, "Oh, some college age students, so young. What a shame." And then she like just like forever bound to this. Yeah, we're gonna keep it vague. We'll keep over that later. Yeah.
The house part of the crew.
Now they're just part of it. And so yeah, they're like running from door to door. They're opening it. They're not like freaking out yet. They're just like, "Whoa, guys, this is strange."
Like, what kind of drugs are we on?
Dude.
And then they go through. They're like, "Okay, no, this is simple. We'll just start at one door and work our way around the room, and then we'll find the front door." And they do that, and they don't find the front
They
door.
don't find the front door.
But they do find a plain room with one bear trap in the middle.
We've made it full circle. Like, wait, what's in this room?
Yes, we're back to where we
Why
can.
is there a bear trap in the middle of this plain white room? Why is it so white? And then like a door opens and the most competent man in the world steps out. There we go.
What does he do? Does he just
He's-
just chilling there?
No, he's eating a sandwich for sure. He's eating a sandwich, and he goes, "Oh, hey, what are you guys doing here? You guys don't look like you're part of the mansion's cleaning crew or anything like that. You guys look new." He's like, "Just watch out for the butler. He'll get you." Man, that guy is so mean.
It's always the butler.
The butler. Also, I'm pretty sure there's a vampire somewhere in this
did it.
room. Don't step on my trap. That's for him. And then I want there to be like this funny conversation, like, how is the vampire gonna step in this single bear trap in the middle of the room? And the most common man in the world, he's just super confident. He's like, it'll get him. I calculated everything. It's like just the fact that it's in the middle of the room and so obvious will actually work into my benefit later. Just wait. And so we're gonna leave that there for later, which it'll come in handy.
I love it.
He says, "Don't."
Perfect.
He's like, "Don't worry about it. It'll get him. You guys hungry?" He walks over to a door, opens the door. It's the full pantry full of like snacks. He like grabs some snacks and tosses it to him. So he's like, "So what brings you here?" And so they talk about what they're trying to get out. And he's like, "Oh, there's no getting out. I haven't figured it out yet."
Wait, I have.
What you got?
Wait, let me add something just quickly for
Yeah.
I don't know, building purposes. So he walks out of their room into the pantry, and they all start freaking out because they think it's gonna change rooms, and they think he's gonna disappear and stuff like the maid did. But he doesn't close the door.
Doesn't close the door.
So then he can walk in and out.
Yep.
And the room stays the same. And they all start freaking out. And he's like, "What? No, what? What are you freaking out for? But he doesn't like it's just a regular house to him.
Yeah. Well, he understands that it's magical and strange, but it doesn't bother him because he's just like, it's the way it is. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
It literally
I
has
can
no
think of
cares.
the food.
So you like he gives him snacks. I don't know. It's like, have you seen a phone? He's like, haven't seen a phone yet. There's no cell phone service here, and my satellite phone can't. If I could get to a window or something, I could call with my satellite phone. I have thought about burning the whole thing down though, but I think that might not end well for
That would be
anybody.
very efficient.
Very efficient. So I want there to be a so where they all come up with a game plan. What's the best game plan you can come up with, DJ? How do they get out of the mansion?
I think
All we know though,
immediately someone suggests we
what
need to split up and cover more ground.
is this when the
And
cop
then
is this some
everyone else is like,
is this some oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
everyone else is like, are you literally stupid? You never split up in situations like this.
I kind of want them to, and I want
I
the
think
most
that
competent man in the world. Like I want him to go. It's like I want him to go off into like his own adventure. He's like he looks at these like five people and goes, "All right, guys, I got a few rules for you if you guys want to possibly live, because I don't know what all lives in here. There could be some dangerous things. One, don't split up. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea." He looks at one of the like college students. It's like it's a bad idea. I see you. It's like two, don't split up. And three, don't split up. All right. And he's like, okay, guys, I left the oven on and I need to go turn it off in the kitchen. And so he like walks off. He opens the door and like just walks through it. He leaves it open though. He walks in another room, opens another door, walks through it. He always leaves, the close competent man always leaves the doors open for some reason. What do you think about that? Do you like that? You can completely scrap all of that. But then right when he leaves, all the college
I
students are
think
like,
it
I
would be funny.
think we split up. More funny.
that-
No, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think no, what you said is great. I just think it would be funny if right after he says, "Don't split up" 3 times, he's like, "All right, I gotta split, and I'll see you guys later," and then he just leaves.
Hey guys, he split up. I think it's not a bad idea. I think we should split up. Like
Yes.
I think if I'll go this way, you go that way, and you guys go this way, the couple they can stay together. Um, I mean, there's not anything dangerous in this mansion. We can get out. I mean, we just got to find an exit. Once we find an exit, we'll go find each other and we'll get back to the exit somehow. Go team.
Okay, but logically, they would not split up. So here's how we get them to split up without having them split up. You have some of them walk through a door, and then the door closes accidentally or automatically, and then they can't get back to that room
I
because
want
the
it.
door already
I want
closed.
it to
And
be where like
they've split up.
one of the college students is like closes the door behind him, and they're like they all turn around like, "What did you do?" And he's like, I closed the door."
Idiot.
It's like, "Why did you close the door?" It's because my parents told me to hold it.
It's a force of habit.
It's a force of habit. I couldn't help myself. And they open the
What, were
door,
you born in a barn? We always close the door.
and it's a different room, and the couple is gone. Maybe like the couple of one college student is gone, or no, I want to give yeah, they're just gone,
Oh,
and now they're split up.
yeah. Okay.
What you got?
I had an idea.
Yeah.
This guy he gets an idea. He's like, okay, I'm gonna close and open the door so many times it's gonna cycle back to the
Right?
room that has the people.
There has to be a finite
So he
number of
starts
rooms.
doing that.
What does he
right? You
find?
would think that. So he does it. And then he opens the door one of these times. And it's just completely black room, dark room,
Darkness.
with just two glowing eyes
Oh no.
just looking at him. And then he closes the door and he's like, well, it's a good thing I'm not going to get to that room again. And he opens it again and it's the same room, but the eyes are closer.
Oh. Then he closes it and opens again.
Yes.
Is it the same room, DJ?
No, he doesn't open it again.
He doesn't open it again.
He says, let's go to a different door.
Let's go to a different door.
Yeah.
And when he opens
But
that
if he did open it again, it would be the same room. And it would have the same eyes. But they'd be closer.
maybe close.
Closer and closer and closer.
Oh my goodness. That's scary. That made me think of something else that would be crazy and scary. What if while he's opening and closing the door, like cycling through rooms, they hear off in the distance through like the wooden walls and stuff, they hear doors opening and slamming closed. Like one rat after another, like somebody's running through rooms. They're like, what do you think that sound is? Does it sound like it's getting closer? It could be getting closer. It's like, didn't that one guy say there was a vampire in here? Vampires don't exist. That's ridiculous. It's like, what if it's old man Simmons? What if he's not dead and we just trespassed on into his house? What?
Well, right after he says vampires don't exist, that'd be ridiculous. He walks to a door and opens it and closes it and opens it. And he's like, oh, yeah, because that's not ridiculous.
Oh, that's
rooms turning into different rooms.
That's pretty good.
That's reasonable. But vampires, those are off the table.
It's like, okay, you have a good point. At this point, I feel like anything could be real. It's like, okay, you convinced me. Anything could be real. I did see some glowing red eyes in that one room, and I do believe that slamming and shutting sound is getting closer. It's like, okay, I think we should move.
Sound.
Go towards the sound.
Does it get to them?
I don't know.
Maybe they go towards the sound or away from the sound?
That's a great question. Are they scared of the sound? Because it's like pretty aggressive opening and closing doors. And it's getting closer. All right, we need to discover how these doors work. We got to discover how these doors work. Yeah, but there has to be consistency to it. So, all right, let's establish everything we know so far. If the door opens and closes, the room changes. If the door remains open, the room doesn't change. If you open and close the door and there's somebody on the other side of the door, how does the red eyes work? Because he opened it again and they were still there.
Here's how the red eyes work. If you open and close a door so many times without going through it or without going into the other room, it opens the door to this dark room with the glowing eyes.
And it locks on that room.
So it's like if you try to outsmart the system, you unlock this death room.
So on this second door that he's opening and closing.
That's the only room.
On this second door that he's opening and closing so many times to cycle through it, he opens it, and there's two glow, and it's a black room, darkness, no light seeping in or out. And there's these two glowing red eyes, and they're even closer than they were before. And so he shuts it really fast. That's what I got so far. Okay.
Yeah.
What do we do? How do we do this? How do we get out of this mansion, DJ? It's like we've written ourselves into a corner. Let's get out of the corner.
Would it be the first time?
All right, this is what they do. They start opening every single door, except for the two doors with the red eyes. And they just leave them open.
They leave them open.
They just leave them open. Then they go into the next room. Same thing. Open every single door. Leave them open. Next room. Every single door. Leave them open. Open every single door. They leave them open. They leave them open. And they're wandering around like this for an hour.
And they're like, this house is much bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
That's dang right. Okay. At this point, they walk into a room, and inside the middle of the room is the butler. The caretaker of
Dun,
the
dun.
He's wearing a butler's outfit. He's tall and lanky. And he turns towards the two college students and goes, "Visitors, welcome to the mansion. I have your..."
Is he?
What? Is he scary? He can be.
Why does he sound like Emperor Palpatine?
Take your butler's outfit, and your journey to the dark side will be complete. Yes. Good, good. Your slavery will begin to the mansion. And they're like, "No, we don't want to do that." And then they leave. And then they shut the door behind them. And then
they just run to another door.
And they run. Then they open the door again. Oh, how about this? What if?
And they go back to the lobby.
No, they don't have to get to the lobby. So I had an idea. What if the butler has a key? What if the butler has a key, and then when he unlocks a door or locks a door, he's not locking the door. He's locking the room.
So it stays where
it is.
So you can open and close the door and the room wouldn't change if it was locked.
The room wouldn't change if it was locked. So they're running from the butler. They're opening doors. They're running from the butler. The butler's chasing them. He's gone full like scary mode. He's like, "Accept your fate." And so he's chasing them. And they're running. And get this. They run into a white room. Pristine. A single bear trap lays in the middle of the room. And as they run through this room, they run past the bear trap because they remember it was there.
We'll jump over it.
And the butler steps on the bear trap. And the bear trap springs into action and clamps around the butler. And they turn around and there's like a butler.
And then he growls like a vampire?
Well, maybe. Yeah, maybe the butler's a vampire. Do we want the vampire to be
Butler is the vampire?
He could be. He doesn't have to be, though.
I don't know. What were your plans with the vampire?
That was foreshadowing for later. Maybe Old Man Simmons is the vampire. All right. But all we know is so how about this? The most competent man in the world, like, runs out of a door, random door.
What if all of the staff are vampires?
They could be. It's not bad. Maybe Old Man Simmons is Count Dracula. And he just, like, bites everybody.
Dracula is Count Dracula.
Okay, Old Man Simmons is Count Dracula's cousin.
Okay.
We've established the lore. Everyone write it in the wiki. Sure. Populate the wiki page. Count Dracula has a cousin named Old Man Simmons. So the most competent man in the world jumps out of a door and he goes like, I got one. Oh, it's the butler. I caught the butler again. I caught you again. What are you doing? I told you I was gonna leave these traps. I'm trying to catch a vampire. And the butler's like, you scourged from my existence. It's like, I am a vampire. And the competent man's like, no, you're not. Vampires are way more scary than you are. And they got fangs. You don't got any fangs. And the butler's like, then what are these? And he like opens his mouth and he has like two fangs. And he's like, man, you just got some pointy teeth. Those are pointy teeth. The competent man in the world does not believe this guy at all. Here's like I can help you. I got I got like a file and some pliers right here. We can get rid of those, or they bite into your gums. The mother's like, wait,
I have an
he's
idea.
like, I am not actually a vampire. Okay, what you got? I'm just riffing right now.
Okay. What if
I'm having
what
fun
if
with it.
the college guys they're still in the room watching this happen and they're freaking out because they 100% believe that the butler's a vampire.
Vampire.
And then the most confident man in the world is just not caring, and he comes too close to the butler, and the butler grabs him and bites him, but then immediately lets go of him and starts like
Convulsing.
flopping around, yeah, on the ground, and he's just like coughing and spewing and
Like
starts
foaming at the
up,
mouth. Yeah.
and then he
Just dies.
and then he's like his teeth go away and
Oh, you're right.
skin turns back
This is
into
right.
like
This is lore.
the pinkish hue.
This is established
And
lore.
he turns back into a
This is
human.
right.
And then the most confident man's like, "Oh, you were a vampire." As he's like bandaging his neck.
It's like, wow. That vampire bit me.
Who would have seen that coming? I guess my calculations were correct. I did catch a vampire.
It's like, well, it's like, do you know? It's like, well, so the college students they need the key. I like that. They need the key from the butler. All right, DJ, how do we get out of the mansion? What do we want to happen next? Do we want Old Man Simmons to show up? What's our next story beat here? We got Old Man.
Great question.
All right, how about this? How about after the butler turns back into a human, the two college students look at the most competent man in the world and like, do you know how you told us to not split up? And the most competent man in the world says, yes, and you guys, it's like, you guys split up, didn't you?
Immediately split up.
We immediately split up.
It's like,
Well,
yeah, weren't there 5 of you before?
weren't there more of you?
What happens next?
I think the most competent man in the world walks over to the butler and says, well, I was wrong about you being a butler, but now I'm right about you being a human. And he walks around and there's like a key hanging around the butler's neck, and he like grabs the key and like pulls it off of his neck. And it's like, wow, this key's definitely magical, because there's like has like runes all over the key, and it's like a skeleton key. And it's like, if I have not seen any magical keys, this is a magical key. And then he tosses it to the two college students. He goes, figure out what that does. But I have my theories. I'm pretty sure. And so like he starts like the most competent man in the world is like rummaging through the pockets of the butler as the college students like trying to figure out what it does. So every door in this mansion has a keyhole, and this master key like unlocks it. So what they do is they lock the door, but the door opens. And so they're like, wait, did it not work? So they close it again. They unlock it and it opens. And it's a different room. And then they close it and they lock it, and then they open it again and it's the same room. And so they figure out that it locks the rooms like we established earlier. They go over to the competent man. They're like, dude, the key locks the room so it doesn't change anymore. I think we could start figuring out how this mansion is laid out. The competent man is like, nice. You guys go do that. I want to continue. It's like, that makes it too easy for me, or something like that. What do we think the competent man says? Like, no, that makes it way too easy for me. I need a little bit of challenge. And this mansion is definitely challenging me right now.
Oh, he just says, okay, that's great. You guys take the key, you go that way. I'll go this way. And then they just split up.
Like, didn't you say not to split up? And the most competent man in the world says, yes, you guys need to not split up. But if I'm with you, I'm pretty sure I'm putting myself in danger. And you in danger. I'm pretty sure there's something hunting me in here. What you got? What do you got?
You need to go find the other members of your party. Oh, and if you see a room that's completely dark but with two glowing eyes, stay away from it.
Also, if you see a room that has two glowing
So
eyes
good.
and it's
Oh yeah.
completely dark, let me know. I've been trying to find that room. Because the Coast Competent Man, he never like just opens doors and closes it. He's just like running through rooms and he's like full like memorizing everything. Like, okay, this room is here.
Exactly.
Like, think of it like this. What if the rooms
Exactly.
are like counting cards? Like you're memorizing like what rooms have been seen, like every like so in the most competent man's head, it's just a bunch of like numbers and calculations. He walks into a room, he recognizes the room later, and it was the last room he passed over. Like there's like a full labyrinth going on in the most competent man's head. And he's just like fully memorizing everything.
There's a pattern.
There's a pattern. And the college student is tell
Memorizing the pattern.
he's memorizing the pattern. And the college student tell him, he's like, hey, there's a black room. All you have to do is open. We found it after we opened some doors locked without going through them. And then most competent man's like, nice. And so, like, as the college students are playing with the key, you see the most competent man just like opening, closing a door as fast as he can until he opens it, and then it's a completely black room. And then these two glowing eyes are staring back at him. And the most competent man says, ooh, two can play at that game. And he claps his hands, and the room that they're in goes completely dark. And then the most competent man opens his eyes, and they're two glowing eyes. And he stares back at the glowing eyes in the other room. And he's like, we can do this. It's like, I can do this all day. Wait, what?
I think I have something that's better and also it holds better to the continuity. Okay. So he opens the door. It's the dark room with the glowing red eyes, with the glowing eyes.
Yeah.
And he just gives this goofy smile and he pulls out his flashlight. He turns on his flashlight and the room just
What
beams with light.
What is this saying?
And it's just
It's like, here, look at the sun. He's like, I have the sun in my, or it's like, yeah, this is like, it's like, here, see the sun. And he clicks on this light. Yeah, that's awesome. The entire like room is just lit. Okay, what was in the room? Does he get like completely like absorbed and dissolved when the light hits it?
uh I was thinking it would be
A vampire?
Old Man Simmons. Vampire Old Man Simmons just sitting in a chair.
Does when the light hits him, does he like does he get dissolved? Because
he gets
or it's like
dissolved.
or like this like his skin starts to smoke and he's like, "Ah, it burns. The light it burns." As he
And
said,
then he books it for another door.
the competent man yells at the college students,
But
"Hey,
he
I
leaves
found
that door open.
yes!" And all the college students,
And then there's a chase.
there's a chase scene. That's right. They're
of
like,
them running
it's
through.
like, I found them, boys. They're just running. They're just booking it through this mansion. And as like they're booking it, they run into a room and like there's the couple and then one of the college students and they're like completely lost. Like one of the college student that's alone. They're like breaking down in tears. And, like whatever. They're like rocking back and forth in the fetal position, just crying as old man Simmons, like smoking from the light that the most competent man had, comes running by. And as he's like running by, like all of his pockets are just like stuffed full of like money and gold and diamonds and rubies. And so you hear like and they're like, wait, who is that? And you see the most competent man like run by, and then the two college students are like, oh, hey guys, hey, we found old man Simmons. He has all of the stuff, and
they're picking up
they're picking up all the treasure that he's dropping. And so like it's this giant chase scene, and they're just running through the mansion. And like old man Simmons gets to a door, opens it, he turns it on, like closes it, and the most competent man's like, wait. As like all of them like pile up behind him, he's like, due to my calculations currently, we're in room 4456. We're in orientation 996, and timing is 43. He's like saying these like random numbers. They're not random to him. He knows what they mean. He's like, do these calculations. Let's do a 3 count. 1, 2, 3. He opens a door. Like he like turns to the left, walks, opens a door, and Old Man Simmons is like in the room running towards them. He's like,
Runs
nice.
right into him.
Runs, or like he opens it and like the most competent man just like just straight arm bars him, just boom. It like hits the ground. He's like, careful, he is a vampire. Um, and he's also, and then like he looks at everybody. Oh, dude, I want there to be a scene where the most competent man like opens the door and there's Old Man Simmons and he looks at everybody and is like, I figured it out. It's like it's all, yeah, it's like I have figured out the formula. It's like
It's all connected.
it's all connected. Or he has like the moment he's like, I am the captain now. Follow me. And so they were like running through rooms. It's like then he opens the room and then arm bars the Old Man Simmons. It's like, I figured out your puzzle. Puzzle master. Old Man Simmons is like
I like it.
slightly smoking. And he's like I will turn the sun back
like,
on.
Just go away.
It's like all he's like, go away. All that money is mine. I can call the police and they will you are trespassing on my home. What do we say? What happens? I want it to be funny. It's like he's like, we could charge you for kidnapping us. No Man Simmons is like, I didn't kidnap you, the mansion kidnapped you. Or does Old Man Simmons control the mansion?
Mansion is alive.
The mansion is alive.
I thought he controlled it.
He probably does. He totally
Does he
can.
not control it? Is he a prisoner too?
He could be. We could have it like that. It's like,
But
no,
the most competent man.
the most competent man figured out the pattern. So yeah, how about this? Old Man Simmons is a prisoner. And he's like, I need to talk like Count Dracula. He's like, I am a prisoner as well.
Help me.
Help me. He's like, I will not suck your blood. Just help me escape. And so the competent man's like closes his eyes. He goes like into this zen. You can see like his eyes going back and forth beneath his like his eyelids. And he like just opens his eyes and is like, I have it. The path. And they like go through the path. The college student's like, what did we need the key for? He just figured it out. It's like, dang, that man's competent. And they get to a door, and it's like on this. They think it's like on the second floor. The most confident man in the world says, "This is the only door in the house for right now that can take us outside for the next 30 seconds." And they're like, "Yay, we can go out!" And Old Man Simmons is like, "I can be free! Yes, out of my way! Let me out!" He opens the door, he walks outside. Bright daylight, the sun hits him, straight to dust.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That's amazing.
You just straight to dust. Maybe when he goes,
And there's just a pile of treasure in the dust.
And there's a map. There's a map in the pile of treasure. And like you open up the map and it like has like a blueprint of the mansion.
Okay, now hold on just a second.
What you got?
I thought we decided he was a prisoner.
You're totally right. Delete that last part.
Why does he have a map if he's a prisoner?
Because he forgot about it. What do you got?
I think it would be funny if, I don't know how this would work exactly, but if the most confident man tried to explain the algorithm to everybody else and he like has a piece of paper or something and he starts to draw out like what's going on and he like is explaining it as he's drawing it and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and then it's like the entire floor he takes to draw out the algorithm and he's like, okay, now this is step 1.
No, this is step
And then everyone
one.
else is just like, "Oh, never, dude, never mind. It's okay. We're good. We don't need to know how you did that."
He's writing it, he's like putting in these formulas and stuff. And they're like, is that MC squared? He's like, I think that's MC. Wait, is there a time paradox in this? You figured out gravity? He's like,
What does the speed of light have to do with any of this?
what is the speed of light? What is the gravitational pull of the moon involved in this mansion? And then like he looks up, he's like, it's the cosine. And he keeps drawing like it's obvious. He's just like, it's like, and then it's just the first part. It's just the first part. Use all of this to figure out the rest. It really is simple math after we get down to it. Just adding and subtracting, plussing and minusing.
He's like, I had to keep exploring until I found every room. And then I knew what to multiply the whatever by and what X was in the equation and yada, 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 math stuff.
The college students
It's
are
all
like,
rather complicated.
it's like, well, I'm changing my major.
It's safe to say that.
What? Safe to say what?
It's safe to say that we can get out of the mansion now.
And are they back in the mansion as he's drawing it on the floor?
That's what I was thinking, but
How about like the door closes behind them? He's like, at least we can get out of the mansion now.
sense.
And the competent man looks up and goes, oh no, we gotta wait at least another week. Because the algorithm says that the door's not gonna be connected for that amount of time. They're like, no. Would that be funny? That may not be funny. They could also just go back outside and burn the mansion to the ground.
That would be pretty epic.
The college
They
student's
just
like,
walk
weren't
outside.
there people in there? This competent man's like, oh, they're vampires. Fire doesn't hurt them. And then they're like, what about the guy that got turned back into a human? And the competent man's like, oh yeah. I'll be right back. And he runs into the burning building. He's not super, like, he's competent, but he's not like, he can get out of any situation. The sad part is that sometimes he puts himself in the bad situations.
He used up all of his brain power figuring out the algorithm.
That's right.
And then he was just like, I need to take a nap.
He's the most competent man in the world. He's not a superhero. He makes mistakes. It's just he can also do things that other people can't do.
Like turn vampires into humans.
Yeah, it has to do with his blood.
And he has a flashlight that's as bright as the sun, apparently.
It's like, meet the sun. It's like, you may have fangs, but I have the sun.
Yes.
He turns on his flashlight.
Okay. And then it ends as they're watching the mansion burn.
It's burn to the ground. They're all like wearing rubies and their pockets are all full of money and diamonds and necklaces and stuff. I like it.
And the college kids give the couple a ride into town and then where they can get their car fixed.
No, the college students, they're all their cars full of junk, remember? And so they couldn't fit the couple into the car. Is that what we established, or I thought about that way too hard? No, they were looking for the mansion. The college students were looking for the mansion.
We didn't really actually establish anything. We said a lot of things, and I said,
nah,
you're spending too much time.
And I was. Okay, how about this? The most competent man walks back out to the couple's car and fixes it. And then they all drive back into town.
I like that.
That's an alternate ending.
I like that.
We could also just end it with them watching the mansion
No, that's
burn.
good.
As
And then the post-credit scene can be him coming out of the fire with the butler, like fireman carrying the butler. And then
how about like Prince's carrying
the
the
couple
butler?
like, oh, our car is still broken. And then he's like, oh, I can fix that for you.
Then not gonna be a problem. I'm good at that. There we go. I'm happy.
Cool.
I'm pretty
happy with it.
I'm happy with
I
it
did not
too.
expect it to turn into a most competent man story, but
You
it's all good.
you inspired me with the bear traps.
I was saying it as I was just referencing ourselves, and you took it and ran with it.
I think it was fun that way.
But I'm happy with it.
We're going for a fun episode this time.
Yeah, no. You never know when the most competent man's going to appear.
Always when things the most dire. Oh, all right. Well,
There's someone's walking around, and then a bear trap just boom gets him.
only the bad guys. The most competent man in the world would never be so negligible or negligent to leave a bear trap just laying around for like a child to walk through. No, he leaves them so strategically, so precisely that only his prey or who he's trying to get gets captured.
Exactly.
He's that good. He's that good. The most competent man in the world is hunting aliens. He always leaves his bear trap in the middle of a cornfield. Just randomly. He caught a whole saucer one time.
Exactly.
He did catch and release, though.
Oh, the bear trap?
Yeah. It was a big bear
Yeah, I
trap.
could do those with certain kinds of aliens.
This big bear trap. He does catch and release, though.
The less dangerous models. Alrighty. Let's thanks everyone for listening.
Thanks, everybody.
You enjoyed the experience. And go back, listen to some other episodes because there are some pretty good ones.
It's a good time. That was a good time. I had a good time. Hope everybody listening had a good time. It was fun. We never know how these things are going to turn out. There's a level of exploring that we do, as if we were in a mansion with infinite possibilities, with infinite doors. We just got to choose. We just got to choose the right path, the one that's most adventuresome. And I'm glad everybody was able to go with us, and that we didn't split up along the way. So remember, kids.
Yeah, they have to stay together.
Don't split up. It never goes well. Also, don't be in the back of a line when you guys are all walking single file. Both of those things. If you're in the back of the line walking single file, you're always the one that gets taken. All your friends look back and they're like, "Where did you go?" He's like, "I could have swore he was right behind us." And then the next friend in the back of the line, until there's only one friend, and he turns around, and all of you guys are gone. And then it's like, oh no, this isn't good at all.
Yeah, that's never a good situation to be in. All right, you want to do sponsors?
Let's do sponsors. Thanks everyone for listening, and we're going to go through everybody that helps us do the podcast. We have a tabletop RPG that is sponsoring us. It is a D20 system, and the system allows you to build any character that you can imagine within its system and run any campaign that you can imagine, including like any campaign. And it is the most malleable, flexible system on the market, and also probably one of the simplest to get started in. So that's scheduled to come out in a couple years or so, maybe a little longer. The release date is not yet. I'm currently alpha testing it, helping design the game as well. DJ also knows of an author, and DJ's read all of his books, that sponsors us, and DJ will tell us more about that.
Yes, the author's name is Nathan Wayne, and he has a couple books on Amazon. The most recent of which is the Zebulon Dagger. It is about these, it's a fantasy novel about this group of people who gets hired to steal the dagger because it has special powers, and they have to learn how to work together and figure out how to get into where the dagger is being held and steal it and then keep it because a lot of people want the dagger. So go ahead and give that a read. The Zebulon Dagger by Nathan Wayne on Amazon.
The link will be in the description below. Awesome. Thanks everybody for listening. Bye.